Assalamu alaikum students, this is your course instructor Rao Aisha Sadiq from Department of English, University of Southern Punjab, Multan. Dear student, our today's lecture focuses on Intizar Hussain critical essay, The Problem of Pakistani Identity and Writers. It was written in 1996. It's a seminal reflection on culture, confusion, literary debates, and the national selfhood in Pakistan. This is not a fictional text, but a self-reflexive literary essay in which Intizar Hussain examines why Pakistan alone suffers from an identity crisis. It reviews literary controversies after 1947, critically evaluates Faiz, Askari, Jalebi, Kasmi, and others, and concludes that Pakistan exists in a state of cultural anarchy. Student Intizar Hussain was a towering Pakistani Urdu writer, novelist, and columnist renowned for his unique blend of nostalgia, mythology, and post-colonial themes. He was born in India. He migrated to Pakistan in 1947, a shift deeply influencing his focus on migration, loss, and nostalgia. His acclaimed, often allegorical work include Basti, and he was a 2013 Man Booker International Prize nominee. Key aspects of Hussein's literary profiles, if we focus on them, the main thing is the themes. His writings often deal with the trauma of partition, nostalgia for the past, and the sense of cultural dislocation. If we see his style, he was a master of storytelling, often using symbolism, fables, and a blend of modern and traditional techniques such as the classical Dastan style. And his major work includes Basti, Gali Kuche, Naya Ghar, and Aage Samandar Hai are among his most famous works, and he was the first recipient of the fellowship, a recipient of the Sitara-e-Imtiaz, and an officer of the Order des Artistes et des Lettres. He was also nominated for the Man Booker International Prize in 2013. If we see his literary contribution, he is considered one of the most significant figures in the 20th century Urdu literature, bringing a distinct, nuanced voice of fiction. So, student, this essay, The Problem of Pakistani Identity and Writers, is one of the most searching and intellectually honest reflections ever written on the cultural confusion that followed the creation of Pakistan. Student, unlike the political histories or nationalist narratives and discourses, this essay doesn't attempt to celebrate the birth of the nation. Instead, it examines the psychological, cultural, and literary consequences of partition, especially the burden placed upon writers to define what Pakistan actually is. So, student, Intizar Hussain writes not as an outsider or a historian, but as a participant who lived through partition, migration, and the early decades of Pakistan, and therefore he speaks from within the crisis rather than about it from a distance. So this essay is a confessional in tone, analytical in method, and deeply pessimistic in conclusion, yet its pessimism is grounded in historical reality rather than despair. The essay begins with a striking admission. Intizar Hussain confesses that he feels jealous of Indian writers. This jealousy is not personal or emotional in the ordinary sense. Student, it is intellectual and cultural. India and Pakistan, he reminds us, were born on the same day. Yet the problem of national identities appears to haunt Pakistan alone. Indian writers, despite facing poverty, political instability, and social injustice, were never seen questioning their identity as Indians. But Pakistani writers, on the other hand, almost immediately after independence began asking fundamental questions about who they were, what their culture was, and how their literature should be different from that of India. The student, this opening confession is crucial because it sets the entire framework of the essay. It suggests that Pakistan was created politically before it was culturally imagined, and that writers were left to perform the difficult task of defining a nation after it had already come into existence. So Intizar Hussain then moved back to the early days after partition, when Urdu writers on both sides of the borders were deeply engaged in writing about the human tragedy caused by the division of the subcontinent, violence, displacement, loss, homelessness, and the psychological trauma that dominated literary production. Writers in India and Pakistan were describing the same horrors because they had lived through the same catastrophe. However, this similarity in literary expression soon became a source of discomfort for certain Pakistani writers. They felt disturbed by the fact that Pakistani literature appeared indistinguishable from Indian literature and its themes and sensibility. At a time when Pakistan was struggling to assert itself as a separate nation, this literary resemblance was perceived as a failure to develop a distinct national voice. What began as an aesthetic concern, it gradually turned into an ideological one, giving rise to a debate about the nature of Pakistani literature itself. This debate found its most forceful expression in the ideas of Muhammad Hassan Askari, who argued that literature produced in Pakistan must possess a character distinct from that of Indian literature. And even according to Askari, political independence demanded cultural independence too, and without a distinctive literary sensibility, Pakistan would remain intellectually dependent on India. His ideas contributed to the formulation of the concept of Pakistani adab, a notion that literature in Pakistan must consciously reflect and serve the ideological foundation of this newly created nation. This position, however, was strongly opposed by the writer associated with the progressive writers movement, who believed that literature couldn't be divided along national boundaries and that human suffering transcended political borders. Ahmad Riaz's famous line questioning who could divide the property of literature captures the progressive resistance to the idea of nationalizing art. For the progressive, literature belonged to the humanity, not to the state. Intizar Hussain, students, carefully shows that this was not merely a literary quarrel but a much deeper struggle over identity. Once the question of Pakistani literature was raised, it inevitably led to a larger question of Pakistani identity itself. What did it mean to be Pakistani? Was Pakistan a continuation of an older historical identity, or was it entirely a new nation born in 1947? Student, should Pakistani culture be defined in terms of religion, geography, history, and combination of all three? This question, which had not been adequately addressed during the freedom movement, now surfaced with urgency. Writers found themselves grappling with problems that politicians had either ignored and oversimplified. At this point, Intizar Hussain brings Faiz Ahmad Faiz into discussion, treating him with respect but also subjecting his ideas to critical scrutiny. Faiz had argued that Pakistan was created because Muslims were a separate nation with a separate culture. However, Faiz himself admitted that at the time of the Pakistan movement, very few people actually paused to ask what this separate culture consisted of. Intizar Hussain identifies this as a fundamental flaw. If culture was the basis of nationhood, then the failure to define that culture meant that Pakistan was founded on an undefined premise. This realization, according to Intizar Hussain, lies at the heart of Pakistan's identity crisis. So this essay then moves into one of the most intellectually rich sections, where Intizar Hussain examines competing answers to the questions of cultural identity. Some thinkers argued that Pakistani culture should be rooted in the land itself, tracing its origin to ancient civilizations such as Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and Taxila. Others insisted that the culture must be defined purely in Islamic terms, rejecting all pre-Islamic or non-Islamic elements as irrelevant or even harmful. A third group emphasized regional culture, suggesting that Pakistan was a collection of diverse cultural units with no single unifying tradition. So student, Intizar Hussain shows how each of these positions is flawed because each isolate one aspect of identity while ignoring the others. None of them succeed in explaining the lived culture experiences of the people of Pakistan. The debate over Indo-Islamic or Indo-Muslim culture occupies a central place in this essay. Muhammad Hassan Askari, Jamil Jalibi, and Gilani Kamran all argued in the essay in different ways that Muslim identity in the subcontinent evolved over centuries through historical processes that combine religious belief and local cultural practices. According to this view, the Muslims of India developed a shared cultural consciousness that eventually led them to demand a separate homeland. Intizar Hussain finds this argument historically persuasive, yet it also notes a tragic irony. The very identity that enabled the creation of Pakistan was abandoned after independence. Once Pakistan came into existence, many intellectuals began to deny the Indo-Muslim culture heritage, as if acknowledging it would somehow weaken the legitimacy of the new state. One of the most original and profound arguments in the essay concerned the role of the Hindu other in shaping Muslim identity in pre-partition India. Student Intizar Hussain observes that Indian Muslim identity developed within a complex love-hate relationship with Hindus. Muslims rejected Hindu religious practices and beliefs, yet they were also influenced by Hindu cultural patterns, rituals, and aesthetics. This tension between repulsion and attraction created a dynamic cultural balance that sustained Muslim identity. Partition abruptly removes this other from Pakistani society, and with it disappeared the cultural tension that had helped define Muslim selfhood. As a result, identity lost its point of reference and became blurred. According to Intizar Hussain, this sudden cultural isolation left Pakistani Muslims uncertain about who they were, leading to an obsessive search for roots. The attempt to locate identity in ancient archaeological sites such as Mohenjo-daro is presented as another symptom of this desperation. Intizar Hussain points out that in Pakistan, claims these ancient civilizations as the heritage, it must also accept the entire sequence of historical periods that followed, including Buddhist, Brahmins, and the Greek influences. This makes it difficult to draw a clear distinction between Pakistani and Indian history. Faz himself, Intizar Hussain notes, becomes inconsistent on this issue, at times embracing land-based heritage and at other times retreating to religious definitions. This contradiction reflects not personal confusion also but a broader national uncertainty. So this essay also briefly but significantly touches upon the suppression of East Pakistan, which Intizar Hussain implicitly presents as a consequence of cultural failure. Muhammad Hassan Askari's earlier warning that denying historical continuity would weaken national unity, it appears tragically prophetic in retrospect. Culture, which might have served as a binding force, failed to bridge geographical and political divides. As the essay approaches its conclusion, Intizar Hussain adopts Dr. Wazir Agha's term Sakafti Ghadar, or cultural anarchy, to describe the state of Pakistani culture discourse. Everyone speaks about culture, but no one agrees on its meaning. Contradiction multiply, debates go on, circle, and intellectual clarity becomes impossible. Faz's suggestion that Pakistan should gather culture fragments and construct a new national culture appears well intentional but impractical. Intizar Hussain reinforces this skepticism by invoking T.S. Eliot, who argued that culture cannot be manufactured overnight and that its formation requires centuries of historical continuity. Pakistan, Intizar Hussain implies, wants to the fruits of culture without the patience required to grow it. The essay ends with one of the most haunting lines in Pakistani critical writing. Pakistan's identity, Intizar Hussain concludes, lies in its craving for identity. This statement encapsulates the entire argument of the essay. Pakistani identity is not absent but unsettled, not empty but unresolved. It exists as a question rather than an answer, a search to define your nation and define yourself. So student, this is all about our today's lecture. I am giving you the task to read the entire essay thoroughly and have a textual analysis about this identity problem in after the creation of Pakistan and in its literature and the writing of its writers. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.